Hello everyone, my name is Eugen Tolmach, and this is my channel about cryptocurrencies and economic. Today I will talk about a possible scenario for changing the price of Bitcoin. Earlier on the channel I did an episode in which I said that I was expecting a fall in March. Before this fall I expected the last spurt of growth. However, 40% of my portfolio remained in stablecoins, and I was ready for any course of events. I also said that if Bitcoin drops to 33,000, then most likely we will no longer update the maximum price in the near future. 3 months have passed since then, and it's time to update the forecast. We are now in this sideways movement, which is part of larger sideways movement with rising tops, which can be seen as a continuation of the bullish trend. But here, at the very beginning of March, I partially exited cryptocurrency in anticipation of a fall. It took place, although it did not become as massive as I expected. Now my portfolio consists of 30% cryptocurrencies and 70% of stablecoins. What I am waiting for next? In my opinion, we will not see Bitcoin at the price of 100,000 in the coming years. But why I think so? Let's talk about it. First of all, let's draw a moving average along the edges of the Bitcoin chart, along the price peaks and along the bottoms of the price. And we will see that the moving averages are approaching, which means that the Bitcoin volatility is decreasing and will decrease. When I bought my Bitcoin in 2018 and 2019, I did so on the assumption that Bitcoin is made up of growth-fall accumulation cycles. One cycle is about 4 years. Then the second cycle, growth, fall, accumulation, and the third cycle, which is happening now. Let's measure what was the growth in each of these cycles. First cycle growth was 50,000%. The second growth cycle was already 10,000%. The cycle of growth happening now has shown us 2,000%. That is, each subsequent growth was 5 times less than the previous one. It's likely that the next growth will also be 5 times less than the previous one. Let's calculate what the price of Bitcoin will be in this case. If the corrective movement within the classical Fibonacci scale works, as it has already happened here, and we see the price of the 85th level, then the price will drop to $20,000 for one Bitcoin. After that, a growth of 400% should take place, which is 5 times less than the previous growth cycle from 2000%. If there is an increase of 400%, then the price of Bitcoin will barely reach 80,000, and we will not even see 100,000. What about $1 million for Bitcoin? You ask me. And I agree with you. It doesn't sound very ambitious, and I don't like this forecast myself, but I'm making it based on numbers. And how can one fundamentally explain such a future of the market? Logically enough. We have already seen Bitcoin fall to the 85th Fibonacci level many times. From the lowest point of the cycle, we stretch the Fibonacci grid to the maximum values and see what happens. Each time after reaching its maximum mark, the price was corrected to the 85th level. It has happened here and can happen again. If the price breaks down by 18,000 before the next uptrend, there will be a change in market sentiment. The market will be dominated by fear and disappointment. People will wait for an even greater fall, and only a few investors will buy. This drop will most likely be similar to what we saw in March 2020, so it will not take long. But most importantly, when the growth starts and the price rises to 50, then to 70 and to 80, many will expect exactly 100,000 per Bitcoin, especially those who bought here for 60,000. It's unlikely that they will sell at 80, which means that they will not push the price with sales at the level of 80, but will wait for 100,000 and above. And this is exactly what a manipulator and a major player needs. The manipulator is well aware that the zone above 100,000 is a psychological mark and the sales zone for all those many hamsters who bought here from 40 to 65 for a year and a half. That is why we may not see 100,000 for a long time. Okay, let's sort it out. How long can this hike take from 18 to 80? In my opinion, this growth should not be super long and will happen within a year or 18 months. Just because of the manipulation, sharp rises and falls are frequent sign of manipulation. At around 85,000 for Bitcoin, its capitalization will be about 2 trillion, which is already a huge amount of money. The capitalization of gold, for example, is now 10 trillion. What can happen next? We will discuss later. It's possible that this growth cycle will be the last significant growth of Bitcoin. Of course, we want to believe that Bitcoin will continue to rise in price and make us all rich, but unfortunately, the market does not work like that. The market is always a redistribution of wealth, from the less intelligent to less stupid. The majority always lose money, and the minority gain. What is the result? I think we won't see Bitcoin at 100,000 in the near future, but we have a good chance that Bitcoin will be worth 80,000. The only question is whether this will start now or first we must fall to 18-20,000. Both one and the second option are probable, and no one can know how it will be in reality, but my guesses are based on the reasoning that I have provided to you. If you have something to add to my theory, write your ideas in the comments. That's all what I wanted to tell you today. Subscribe, send this video to your friends, put likes, wish you a rich future. See you.